And we're getting these latest images from Moscow. Chinese President Xi Jinping has just landed in Russia. He is on a two to 3 day visit to Russia. In fact, what China is calling it, it's calling it a journey of friendship. It is his first visit to Russia after the Russian invasion to Ukraine, and he is going to meet President Vladimir Putin. Just a few weeks back, we also had the Chinese top Chinese diplomat holding talks with the Russian president as well. Niranjan is joining us on the phone line to give us more details, as we will also beam the live pictures coming in from Moscow in a short while from now. Niranjan, if you can brief our viewers on the agenda of this visit that a Chinese president is undertaking right now.
One of the most talked about visits in the recent past. This also comes in the back of Vladimir Putin's dare to the west when he entered Ukrainian territory, now occupied by Russia, went to Mariupol, and after that, of course, China has been very public about where they stand on the issue of the Ukraine war. They've always stood with Russia, and the fact that Xi Jinping has landed there is new speculation about China's continued support to Russia, not just diplomatically, but also military support. And as far as the Kremlin is concerned, the Russian establishment has made it clear that Vladimir Putin, his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping, will surely discuss the Chinese peace initiative on Ukraine during the meeting. They're calling it a Chinese peace initiative on Ukraine. In many ways, there has been speculation and a buzz about Xi Jinping trying to play big brother on this issue and trying to broker some sort of a truce between Ukraine and Russia, which is unlikely. Almost in the race with India, as India also sort of intervenes and tries to tell both Russia and Ukraine that war, that it's not an era of war. What we are hearing is that in the next few hours, and the agenda is clear, that they will hold a face-to-face conversation. This is an informal lunch today. That lunch will be followed by negotiations tomorrow, the 21st of March. And some of the factors that we have to consider now, this is Xi Jinping's first foreign visit after being re-elected. So look at the optics here. He's of course got a record third term, which has never happened before in the history of China. And for all you know, he will continue to be China's supreme leader till the end of his life. And he is trying to send a message with his first visit to Russia by playing truth. He's calling it the China Peace Initiative. All of Beijing is trying to pitch it as the China Peace Initiative on Ukraine. So they're trying to see if they can somehow maybe get Russia to stop the bombardment, stop the firing, and broker some sort of a truce. That's point number one. Secondly, Moscow and Beijing, as per the meetings in the last few weeks and months, claim that both of them are satisfied with the state of bilateral relations. It is only a strategic interaction of partners. And of course, China's President Xi Jinping and Putin are very, very close. We know that they share a personal bond, and they've met about 40 times, according to the Russian media, putting it at about 40 times when both leaders have met in the course of the last few years. And both parties, we are told, will also discuss the conflict in Ukraine as well as issues of military and technical cooperation. So I think this is the most critical aspect, Kanika. A military technical cooperation. Will Russia take arms from China? Will China supply arms to Russia as the war intensifies? I think this is going to be a very critical aspect to watch out for. And we're keeping a close track on whether China promises any military support. Because we've seen so far that the West and Europe have given military support completely to Ukraine, and this will be perhaps one of the first times that a country goes on record. A country like China, which has been very clear on where it stands, they've been publicly supporting the Russian cause, and will they now give arms to Russia? I think that's the only headline that everyone's watching out for.
Yes, and this visit will be very closely watched by everyone, especially the West. Thank you very much, Niranjan, for joining us on the phone line to give us those details. As we head into a break, we'll get you details on Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's visit to India.